everyone doing today? There's some good energy over here. There's spots of it over here. I'm not sure. I saw some people just not even clapping over here. That's just shameful. Can you believe people weren't clapping? What are you guys gonna do? See? All right. Now, how is the entire audience doing?
Yeah!
All right. That's much better. That's what we want to see. Welcome, my name is Liam Hislop. I am the producer of Final Project, and we've got 3 awesome games to show you today. I'm not going to show them, thankfully it's going to be the students showing them, which is a good thing you came here to see them, so that's better. Before that, a couple things I want to let you guys know and go through. First, if you have cameras, flash photography, please use them as much as possible, okay? We want everyone up here to just not be able to see, and we want stars to go up in people's eyes and everything. And hopefully no one falls off the stage, but if it happens, we can laugh, right? And more pictures, exactly. And it'll go up on YouTube, and it'll be a comedy thing. It'll be viral, it's awesome. Next, if you have cell phones or anything that makes noise, if you could turn that to a non-noise making state, we'd appreciate it. It would be awesome. I also want to give a special thanks out to Dave and the tech crew. You guys did an amazing job setting all this up. Really appreciate it. So this is our first time in a new full-cell live venue, and you've made it a very easy process, so we appreciate it. It's awesome. So the other thing, last thing I'm going to talk about is the words EP, or external producer, and AD, art director. They are staff members that are assigned to the team in the studio to kind of help guide them and coach them through the process if they have any issues, problems, late night calls, crying. There was like 2 or 3 of those that happened, right? Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't want to tell everyone, but they told me I needed to tell that story. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay. I figured you guys already tweeted about it anyway, so yeah, I saw that up there earlier. Yeah, they're there with the teams and to kind of help guide them and make sure that if there's any issues, problems, whatever, they're there to kind of make sure the boat keeps going smoothly and stealthily. So without further ado, let me introduce the EP for this studio. Here's Mr. Barry McCall.
This next team is coming to the stage. When I think about them, 2 words come to mind, and that's perseverance and vision. The reason why those 2 words come up is because early on in the project, it wasn't quite clear the team's vision as a whole. But regardless of that, they persevered and they continued to work hard and they unified their vision. And once they unified their vision, they were able to create a solid and action-packed game. Ladies and gentlemen, Blue Barracudas.
How's everybody doing today? All right, my name is Tom Graham. I am the internal producer for the Blue Barracudas, and I am here today to introduce our game, Antibody. As you will see, we are all pseudo-doctors. Our game takes you on a journey through the human body. You play as a little ship. It's an on-the-rail shooter, and you have to make sure that you try to clear out this incredibly sick and incredibly disgusting body. Now I'm going to introduce our team. We have Tyler Weichel, Ricky Keller, Dan Liebenthal, Jeff Baffey, Eric Mason, Alex Maxwell, Matt Fawcett, Anthony Lucillo, and Ron Hansen. And for a more in-depth discussion about our game, I'm going to pass it off to Tyler Weichel.
Thank you very much, Tom. All right, just to give you a very simple run-through, because our game's kind of straightforward, so we're going to carry it over here. Now, you play as this ship, I wouldn't want to call it a guy. You are a little nanobot designed to infiltrate different bodies and fight various viruses that are present in them. Now, first of all, you have the infiltration, where you'll have to dodge the many things that you cannot pass through in the body, such as membranes and mucus fillers and all that nasty stuff. But you'll also be fighting viruses. Now, if you look to the left side of the screen for you all, if you look to the left side of the screen, you'll see a rabies enemy looking all nasty, and then to the left of him is the common cold. The big blue guy with the one eye is our gastroenteritis enemy, and next to him is the tapeworm larvae, little wriggly, nasty things. But you're going to be fighting these guys, and when you're going to see them, they're going to show up in various formations. And that these formations not only help the enemies themselves, but they also build onto each other. As you can see, we have the common cold in a diamond formation with the rabies behind them in a horizontal line, create cool little patterns that are appeasing to the eye. Now, you'll also be, in fighting these guys, you also have a risk of death. This is what it looks like when you die. It's not a very good thing. Cool effect, but not a good thing to do. So whatever you've done to have this happen, you probably want to stop doing that. But, and as you move through your game, should you come close to dying, you can pick up power-ups, such as the health pickup to the left of the ship. That is our red blood cell power-up that will provide you with health should you lose any. Now there's also another power-up, looks sort of like pork loin wrapped in bacon with tuning forks. You'll see that later with our gameplay walkthrough. That provides you with homing missile ammo. Now our game also features a scoring and multiplier system, which if you look to this side of the screen, you will see a box at the top with orange numbers, that is your score, and the blue numbers beneath it are your multiplier. Now your multipliers not only increase the amount of points that you get per killing enemies, but it also ties into different power-ups that you can earn, which are displayed on the other side of the screen. The first one you'll see is your full auto power-up, which makes your primary weapon fully automatic, help you out a little bit, comes in at a ×5 multiplier. After that, at ×10, you'll receive a double damage for that same weapon, and as you keep killing these enemies and getting more combos and getting more power-ups, you will receive more power-ups and be able to kill more enemies, and it just kind of snowballs into a fun killing score fest. And you'll see 2 additional power-ups on our left side. You have a homing missile regeneration power-up, which will regenerate homing missile ammo, as well as our nuclear attack, which will kill all enemies on screen, allowing for massive combos and great effects and all sorts of fun stuff. Now, the coup de grace, you'll be fighting the tapeworm. He's waiting for you at the very end of our game. He's our big boss, big final boss battle. He really doesn't like you. He mostly tries to eat you. So the objective is to get to him and fight him and defeat him. And when you ultimately do that, you will have saved this poor person's body from all of the various things that are going on inside of it that probably aren't helping him too much. But now I'm going to pass it off to Dan for art.
I'm Dan Liebenthal. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the art style of our game. So let's start with what we started off with. Originally our game was supposed to be focused towards children and kids, kind of a magic school bus type learning experience, and we decided that wasn't fun. So we made it a lot grosser. We added things like a bile river, columns of cholesterol running through the intestines, chewed food particles in the esophagus, just as gross as we could possibly get it, and that was a lot more fun, especially on the design side of things. So, that's kind of the look we have now. Onto our characters, how we designed them. They're actually based off the cellular structure of the diseases and viruses that they're representing. In the top left, we got our gastroenteritis, in the bottom left, we got rabies. We were able to give them, that kind of unique cellular shape while also making it a little bit interesting and giving them some personality, mostly with facial stuff. It was a lot of fun. And the colors that we used on the characters are generally the colors that they use to identify them with dyes. The character on the right, the main ship, was just a lot of fun to do, so we just made it kind of a nanobot robot thing, and it's a lot more interesting. The style of our game, it's definitely got meaner, so we just made everything as gross as we possibly could. This is our common cold, and we wanted him to be mean and kind of menacing. He's supposed to look like a giant strand of snot, and came out pretty well.